Welcome to Caseback Watches. My name is Tim, and in this episode I'd like to speak about Mido, and I have to admit I don't have a Mido watch to show you here in this video. The plan was presenting a watch owned by a friend of mine. He inherited this piece, very special piece, from his grandfather from Venezuela, but there was a fire. I'm not making this up. This is a reality. We talked about this months ago. And back then I've passed his house, not to pick up the watch, but I wanted to do this the following weekend, but I passed his house to reach the train station for work. And I smelled smoke, but not that type of cozy smoke you can smell at your fireplace in the garden, burning leaves and something like that. No, it was this dangerous smelling smoke which puts you in alarm instantly. So it was very strange. And then I saw smoke through a window very close to the apartment my friend with his family lives in. And I thought, oh, this is really close. And I knew that my friend wasn't in this apartment, nor his kids. They attend school, of course, and his wife was working as well. But I thought, this is damn close. But the smoke was from another window, as I said. And so I was in a hurry. And so I thought, okay, the fire brigade showed up. They've sealed everything off, and then I said, okay, let's continue, let's go to work. And then I worked, and following evening, I was in a bar with a friend, and then my watch friend called me and said, my apartment burned down. And I thought, what? What are you telling me? I was in front of your house. This was the neighbor's apartment. And he said, yeah, this was the smoke, but smoke can choose different ways through an entire building. And my house burned down, everything's gone. And luckily it wasn't everything. The fire department let him in 2 or 3 days later, and so he could rescue something because the fire hasn't reached every room, but everything was affected and damaged by water and smoke, of course. Okay, big disaster, and he had to find another apartment for his family. They had to live in a hotel. Luckily, they had an insurance for this. And so we forgot completely about Mido and watches and videos. But a few days ago, I asked him, I want to make this video now. Do you have the watch now? Can I borrow it? And he said, okay, no problem. I'll look for it. And then he called me a few hours later and said, I think it's gone. I cannot find it. I mean, it was huge chaos, rescue all those things from the apartment, and I cannot find it. Maybe it's gone. And so I have to explain you Mido without this watch, but I want to explain you why, in my eyes, Mido has produced one of the greatest classics in watchmaking. And I contacted Mido and they've sent me press images, and so we can't do this without the watch. So very sorry, but you make plans and then reality strikes, right? That's the way it is. But now let's go into it. Now let's find out how and why and where they have produced this great classic in watchmaking. So Mido is not a fashion brand. Mido was founded in 1918 in Switzerland by, let me check my notes, George Scherer, and he chosen the name by the Spanish Yo Mido, which means I measure. Why Spanish? Why this connection to Spain or South America? I don't know. Found nothing about that. Put it in the comments, please, if you know why George Scherer had this connection to the Spanish language. And he was very ambitious. The company was very ambitious. And in 1934, they introduced the Multifort. And this was the first watch on the planet with 4 very important features together. It was waterproof, it was anti-magnetic, it was shock resistant, and it was an automatic watch. So really a strong monster for that time. I mean, 1934, right? This was very early in watchmaking. And he came up with this great watch then. It was a huge success for the company and was the entrance to the next innovation. And this came in 1959. They introduced the Ocean Star. And this was meant to be this super waterproof watch without the Rolex technology, without the screw-down crown. It was a single-piece case. This was the first innovation. Single-piece case, so you cannot open the watch by removing the case back. And you need no seal and everything. And he combined this with the Aquadura systems. He invented the Aquadura system, and this was basically a sealing made of cork. And cork is a very convenient material for this purpose because it swells up if it's in contact with water or humidity in the air. If you have humid air touch the cork sealing, then it swells up, seals the crown or the bar, which holds the crown. And so even today, they use this today as well. Even today you can feel sometimes in humid climate, you can feel this feeling of the cork. And so these were the inventions. Single piece case and this cork sealing, and they've produced, with those ingredients, they've produced a super watertight watch, very affordable. And this watch back then was very popular in tropical countries like Venezuela, and that's the reason why the father of my friend had chosen the Mido company, the Mido products, to sell in South America, because he knew the people there are concerned about waterproof and water damages on their watches. And this is the reason why you can find vintage Mido watches in good conditions, because they're waterproof. They're waterproof. Patina is water damage. And if you have a good waterproof watch, then it limits the patina to 0, and the movement as well is in good condition. Sometimes, of course, sometimes. And the beautiful thing now is that even today, Mido produces those old watches with the single piece case, with the cork sealing, and more important, with this undistinguishable design. This very, very special design with slender cases, perfect watch diameters, very uncluttered dials, and you can follow the design back to 1959. It's nearly the same, but it doesn't look outdated. This is the great thing. I mean, this design was invented in 1959 and it still looks really, really fresh. I wouldn't say that it goes with everything. If you have a super formal suit, then maybe not. But if you are, let's say, with khaki pants and a polo, or here it's rather cold, I'm wearing corduroy, then it's a great addition. Can be a very fresh and great addition. By the way, I'm wearing the Tissot Banana, also with sort of integrated strap, and this is one of the features as well for Mido, those integrated mesh bracelets. I really love mesh bracelets. Very fresh look. Looks 60s, but doesn't look outdated 60s. And so great addition, I think. Great classic, very affordable, and very good in when it comes to the dimensions. The cases are slender, and the diameters are 36, 37, 38 in that direction. So not super big, rather small, but in a way very flashy without being too loud. And so really great watch. I feel like I try to sell you a Mido watch, but the reality is I don't have one for myself. And so the next on eBay or watch forum is for me. Guys, please. I want the next. I don't want to buy retail. I don't buy retail. I want to buy it used but in good condition, and then the next thing is for me, because I think those are highly collectible watches of Collectible. Let's forget the Collectible. They are really fun. It's the same thing with the Tissot Banana. Is this collectible? No, this is not collectible. Or maybe, but it's so much fun on the wrist, and it's really affordable. Same thing with Mido watches. Affordable, outstanding design, good quality. They have a chronometer in their line, and they use PVD plating like Tissot, so more robust, more durable compared to the normal gold plating. You know, those old Cartier tanks, where you can't see the base metal of the lux because the gold plating comes off, and with PVD this is really robust stuff. And so yeah, great variety to choose from. They come in different colors and materials, but mostly with this undistinguishable great design from 1959. They produce also other watches, but if you ask me, rather average. And I mean, why should you buy another watch if they can offer you something so special like the Mido Commander line or the Ocean Star line? And so yeah, great piece. And my favorite here is the Commander Dato Day with the date and the day, the day and the date, and Dato Day, Mido Commander Dato Day. This would be the watch for me, PVD, gold plated or steel. This would be really cool. And today Mido is not longer independent. They're part of the Swatch group. Question, is this good or bad? I don't know. I'm serious. I don't know if this is good or is not good. I mean, it depends, right? If you have a very strong opinion about that, or you have more information why it is good or not, please let us know in the comments. I don't have any clue if it's good or not. Okay, this to Mido. Now I want to add something a little bit different. I want to say something about shitter watches. The shitter. You can find under every watch video on YouTube, you can find a person who considers everything a shitter, which is not Rolex or AP or you name it. Super luxurious watches. And if you are one of those persons, if you consider every piece a shitter under Rolex, then let me tell you this. The shitter watch is a part of the Archie luxury show. It's a show. And you, only if you are such a person, if you consider everything a shitter under Rolex, you are not a part of the Archie luxury show. Okay, it is a show. I really like Paul, but it is a show. And the only thing you're doing, you're limiting yourself in a very drastic manner and very, very unnecessary. It's like a party which people who enjoy, who are having a good time, who enjoy everything, who enjoy music, drinks, and company. And there's this one guy who's a little bit special in the corner without fun. Doesn't like the wardrobe, doesn't like the drinks, doesn't like the music, doesn't like the company. And this is exactly the guy who consider everything shitter under his own attire or something like that. And this is unnecessary, this is limiting, this is not very attractive, to be frank. And so, yeah, unnecessary. Don't do it if you want to be part of a community. I mean, if your strategy is to be above and special, then this might work, but it works only for you. Okay, that's all. Make sure that you have a good insurance for your household. Very important. I've learned this. I have one now. And now let me thank you very much for your attention, and maybe until next time.